Hello guys, hi, how are you guys? It's your girl Kathy Glamorous, the queen of glam and glitz. You already know. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are a returning subscriber, karibuni sana. I see you, and I appreciate you guys. I see you and I appreciate you guys. And if you're a new subscriber, karibuni to this, safe space. They call me the queen of glam and glitz, and basically what we do here, this is a lifestyle channel, this is a beauty channel, skincare channel, generally everything that entails me. So please guys, make sure that you like, share and subscribe, and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that every time I post you will get notified. Okay guys, so without any further ado, let's get straight to the video. Guys, so today I just want to appreciate my 254 subscribers. Remember guys, we are at a journey, the road to 500 subscribers. Kindly support your girl. By the end of January, I would love to be at least at 500 subscribers. Please guys, nawaomba, support, subscribe to this YouTube channel. So guys, by the title of this video, you can already tell that this video is gonna be very emotional. Yes guys, so today's video is how to deal with grief and loss. And then this video is also dedicated to my younger brother who passed away 3 years ago, back in 2019. So, and today happens to be his birthday, and I decided he was a very significant part of my life, and I was like, why can't I just do something to honor his memory? And I said, like, a lot of people are going through grief currently. Every hour and then we lose somebody we love. It can be your mom, it can be your brother, it can be your dad, it can be anyone that you love, your friend, your best friend, somebody who is significant to you. So the bigger question is, how do I deal with this grief? I'm not saying that I've overcome the grief and I'm done mourning, but up to now, 3 years later, I'm still mourning. But I thought it would be nice if I shared with you guys how I coped with my grief, and so far so good. I am here now, and how I'm able to even gather the courage to sit down and shoot this kind of a video. So for those of you who don't know, I am the only girl in the family, and I have 4 brothers. Now currently I have 3 because one died, and he was my favorite brother because we were raised together. I had left him with 2 years gap, so we were like very good friends. We were mischief partners, we were competitive, we were just any other normal brother and sister sibling relationship. So guys, let me introduce to you my late brother, and I want to wish him today a happy heavenly birthday. So today guys, he would have been turning 22 years, and it strikes me because I realize life can be so short. And so this is a special dedication to you, my lovely brother. So for those of you who don't know him, here is Bengo. Yes, here is Bengo. He would have been turning 23 years guys. So yeah, I lost my brother 3 years ago guys, and I'm telling you, it's not been an easy road, especially for our family, especially for my mom, for my grandma. It's just not, it has just not been an easy road, but we thank God because we are here, we are strong, and I'm able to do this video with you. So okay guys, so without any further ado, let's get straight to the video. So guys, I really thought that I should just be very detailed about this information. I did my research and I also wrote down how I was able to handle like the loss, my mourning period, the grieving period, how as an individual I was able to handle it. And I said, why can't I write it down? So guys, I have written down everything that you guys need to know. And if currently you have lost somebody that you love, that you cherish, somebody who was so dear to you, I am sorry. It is well. Take heart. In this, we only have one life to live, and they're in a better place. I assure you that they are in a better place. Keep it strong, keep the fire burning, and always live on their memory. That's how you will continue holding them dear as they were to you. Okay guys, so the question is how to deal with grief. Okay, so grief is, according to me, how I translate grief is fear. Because I remember when my brother died, I lived with fear. I lived with fear, guys. I lived with fear. Fear of who else I love can be next. Is it me? Am I the one who's going next? Is it my boy, my son? Is it my mom? Is it my grandma? I was in constant fear. So whenever I was grieving, I was in fear, like, how could... Okay guys, this video is gonna be so emotional. So I just hope that you bear with me. In case I get emotional, please guys, you know, bear with me. We're talking about loss. But yeah, so I was in fear of how can a coin just flip 1 second and everything just change, everything just, you know. So grief, to me, I define grief as fear. Grief makes you feel isolated, it makes you feel alone, it makes you feel terrified, it makes you feel damaged, it makes you feel scarred, and you just like you're in your own zone of emotion, like your own zone of emotion. And if you're going through this right now, I'm telling you, it is okay. This is part of the process. It's okay. This is part of the process. Don't feel like you can go mad. No, just take your time. If how you grieve is to cry it out. If how you grieve is to talk to somebody, talk it out. Don't let anyone tell you that there's a right way of grieving. It depends. Every human being has a certain way of how they take things and how they ingest you know, different kind of scenarios in life. So yes, so guys, if you're watching this and maybe you are around somebody who has lost somebody, the biggest mistake that we make is we try to be in their shoe instead of allowing them to grieve on their own. That's the biggest mistake that I see. Like personally, when I'd lost my brother, I remember my friends and you know, some of those people, because here in Africa, what we usually do when somebody dies, we have like something, we call it maombolezi, where people meet and, you know, we just like it's like a memorial. Yeah, we usually do like memorials, that's the one. So we live through the memories, and then as Africans, we believe that when somebody dies or when there's a problem in one's village or, you know, somebody household, we go there, we help, we contribute, we help with the burial arrangements and all that. So I remember when I'd lost my brother, some of my friends would come and be like, oh, I understand, I know what you're going through, it's going to be well, stop crying, jipatie nguvu, give yourself some strength. And honestly speaking, to me that was BS. It was BS, honestly, because at this particular time, you don't like, And I'm not being ungrateful or anything, but if there's one thing I learned through that experience, I don't go telling people who have lost their loved ones that I know what you're going through. Because like I said, every human being, there's a certain way they ingest scenarios, like difficult scenarios that happen in their life. So that is one of the greatest mistakes. I feel like instead of I know what you're going through, be like, it's okay, I don't understand what you're going through. You're allowed to feel whatever you're feeling. It's going to be okay. That is a different way to approach it. I beg to differ. If you agree with me, you can like this video. Then, trying to shatter the memories by telling them to move on and let go. Gosh, I remember there's this one day I was out drinking with my friends. So for the last 2 years, it was very difficult. Every time, and my friends, if you're watching this, you can attest to this. Every time we went out, like drinking, I would drink and start like crying. And I'll be like, oh, Bengo, I miss you. Oh, Bengo. And I'll talk to them about Bengo. Like, I'll be like, you know, we were so close, I feel this way. And I will relive the memories and be like, you know, there's this one time. And then somebody out of nowhere had the audacity to tell me, you know, you will never move on if you keep on talking about them. Like, that really damaged me, honestly. That really, 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 it really damaged me. And I was like, how can some people be that heartless, honestly? Like I said, everybody deals with it. For me, like, talking about him used to make me feel like he was more alive than dead. But that person was so inconsiderate and had the audacity to tell me, like, you will never move on if you keep talking about them. So I feel that is very wrong. I encourage you, if you're with somebody, if your friend is going through loss or somebody who is close to you is going through a loss, I feel like you should be that person and ask them, how was that person like? How was your brother like? Oh yeah, you engage them so that you guys can relive the memories. Because I feel like once you relive the memories, it's like that person is a part of you guys. It will never fade away. And the sad thing about life is that once somebody dies, human beings, we tend to forget about them and they wither away. But for somebody who was a loved one to a certain family or a certain person, their memories will forever live on. It doesn't matter, because even right now as I make this video, I'm not saying that I am completely healed. I am not. Actually, I am still healing. But I feel like right now I am strong enough that I can even come and share my healing journey and how I got accustomed to live with this. Yeah. So guys, so the next thing I'm gonna be telling you is the grieving process. This is where hell breaks loose, guys. So grieving is highly an individual experience. Remember, guys, when we started, I told you every human being has their different way of handling different scenarios in life. Okay, guys, let me just even take a sip because it's getting emotional in here right now. I'm trying to be very strong. I don't want to break down, and I want to deliver this message so that whoever is going through grief or loss right now can find a lot of strength and courage through this video. Okay, guys? So grieving is an individual process. There is no right or wrong way of grieving. Okay, you know, like some people like they opt to drink alcohol. Okay, maybe you can see one of your friends or your sibling is getting lost in drugs, and that one you can intervene, you know. But there's no right way of grieving, honestly. I feel like everybody has their own way of grieving, because my way was to isolate. Because I remember when the burial happened, there were so many people, you know, in an African homestead. I remember his memorial, like we held his memorial like for 2 weeks. Reason being, my mom was in the States, so we had to preserve his body at the morgue as we wait for my mom to come so that we can be able to bury him. So for the 2 weeks, everybody used to come to our home, and I remember we'd even set up a tent outside. And guess what, guys? We had like a number of 70 people per day coming. And I had to be strong. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm this type of person. I don't like to break down in front of people. people. I try like to put in that strong armor in front of me, but deep down I was dying. So when people were there, I remember for the last 2 weeks I had put up a show, a quite good show, because I remember I was in charge like of almost everything, because at this time my grandma was shattered, my mom too was so shattered, so I had to be the big girl in the family and just welcome everyone, appreciate everyone, like plan a program. Yeah, so after everyone left, guys, it was bad. That's when I realized that I was broken. I was really broken. I was isolated. I shut down myself. But thank God I have really amazing friends, because they made sure they checked up on me. They made sure I didn't succumb to drug addiction. They made sure I didn't succumb to depression. They made sure that I will be okay. And I really love you guys. If you're watching this, I appreciate you so much, guys. So yeah. So the stages of grief, there are 7 stages of grief. 7 stages of grief. So the first stage is shock. I remember when I first got the news that my late brother had because I didn't get the news on the phone that he was dead. I got the news that he was injured and he was hospitalized, so I have to run. I can tell you that I was in shock. My whole body was, I just became so dysfunctional, guys. So when I went there and, I saw his dead body and all that, I couldn't just absorb it. That shock that you can't even cry, guys. That was the kind of shock I was going through. It took me like 3 days so that it hit me like for real. This person is not coming back. I'm not gonna be seeing this person again. So yeah, so shock. And everybody deals with shock differently, guys. The second stage is denial. I was in complete denial. I remember I told you that he stayed in the morgue for 2 weeks. I will go to the morgue like every single day. I asked them, can I see my brother's body? I will just go there, guys. I remember, and I thank God I really had some amazing friends like Kipusa. If you're watching this, shout out to you, babe. You really stood by me during the most difficult time of my life. I remember me and Kipusa will go to the morgue and I will ask them to bring the body. And at that particular time, the body was ice, like he's dead. There's no life in his eyes. I remember that was the first time I was so comfortable with a dead body, and I was always afraid. Even in burials, I would never go and look at a dead body. But for the first time, because it's somebody that I knew, it's somebody that we grew up with, I felt so attached. And I remember I was in denial. I'll go and touch his cold body and be like, wake up. I felt like it was a nightmare, guys. I felt like it was a nightmare, and yeah, I was in denial. And let me tell you guys, when everything hits you, when they're taking down his body 6 feet under, that was when everything hit me. It's like, oh shit. He is gone and he's not coming back. So yeah, the second stage is denial. The third stage is anger. I was angry. I was so bitter with life. I was so bitter with God. I felt like, why? I don't deserve this. We don't, as a family, we don't deserve this. We actually don't. I felt like this boy was so young. He was so young. Why, God? I felt like I had so much hate towards God. And I am so regretful, because the Bible says just be happy in time of joy, rejoice always. But I was so bitter. I was so angry. I felt a lot of rage stirring in me, guys. And at this point, I was like, you know what? F it. F Christianity, F religion, F life, F everybody. Like, I was literally like that. I was so angry, so bitter, guys. And then The fourth one was bargaining. Let me tell you, I was bargaining with myself. Like, guys, the fourth stage is bargaining. You will never come to terms. You're like, did it really happen? It's bargaining and denial is one of the same thing, guys. Now, this is where everything kicked in. The fifth stage is depression, guys. It is depression. So if you're going through these stages, take heart, be strong. You will overcome it. You will overcome it. Please, if you're going through these stages, like this video so that every time, or comment, so that every 2 years, 3 years down the line, it will remind you of how far you have come from. And this video, it's gonna be so helpful. If it is helpful, if you feel like it's encouraging you, just give me a like and comment, and let's connect, let's engage, share your experience. How was your grieving experience? I'd love to know. I would love to know, guys. So the fifth stage is depression. And guys, depression is the worst. It's the worst because it takes away your sanity, it takes away your mental health, it takes away your social life, it takes away everything. Like, it strips you off naked. So I remember the depression stage really, because I won't lie to you guys. I will not lie to you. I won't say that I did not pray, I did not do anything, but at that particular moment I was using a lot of weed. Let me just be honest with you guys. And I was forgetting myself. And I remember I felt like, that feeling that you feel like he did not deserve to die. I was the one who was supposed to be there. I just felt a big heavy wedge on my chest. Like, it was heavy. But yeah, I wanna be so strong during this video. I just don't want to get emotional. So yeah, I got into depression. So if you're in the depression stage, take heart, be strong. Don't succumb to depression. Be strong, because I want you to understand that this is every human being walk of passage. We all have to go through loss. We all have to go through death. And the sad thing is that we don't know when our time is coming. So yeah, be strong. Don't let depression take you and change you. And yeah, don't. The sixth one is triggers. What do I mean with triggers? So unapata you are somewhere, and then there's maybe, like, for me, how it used to happen for me, the triggers I would get, I'm maybe seated in a matatu, and I hear like his favorite gengeton music. My brother used to love gengeton. I'll just start crying, guys. I will just start crying, and that will spoil my whole day. But I realized, like, every time as the years and the months went by, I was like, every time I would hear a song, I started changing my mentality and stopped crying and actually started smiling, because that would make me feel like he's here next to me. And maybe, guys, there are some things you guys used to love to do together, and then there are such triggers that happen, or there's a slang that you guys had, and then you hear somebody using that slang and be like, oh my god, his spirit is here. And me, mostly the triggers used to happen with songs. I would hear, and I remember even right now my friends are like, hey Kathy, you don't look like a genge type babe. Okay, kama unaweza skiza gengeton or vibe to gengeton. But guess what, guys, I can vibe to gengeton. What me naimba gengeton until you'll be so surprised, because that's what me feel. It makes me feel like his spirit is there. So the seventh one is acceptance. We do not move on from grief, but we move forward with it. We do not move on from grief, but we move forward with it. Acceptance has no finish line. It has no finish line at all. It has no finish line. It's okay to regress. It's okay to feel like everything that you worked so hard to be able to move on is coming back to shutting down. It's coming back to crumble. It's okay to regress. Celebrate their anniversaries, guys. Accept it. Celebrate their death anniversary. Celebrate their birthday. Like right now, I went to the graveyard, as you can see there, guys, and I celebrated his birthday. I went to wish him a happy birthday. Celebrate special memories, because that way you allow their spirit to live in. You allow guys, so let me tell you this. I've come to realize that life is so precious. We take life for granted, not knowing at what hour, at what time, at what day, at what month, at what season we will depart from this, earth. And all I can advise you is, don't allow anyone in this world to tell you how you're going to live your life, because life is so short, my friend. Make your life is like it's like a journal to the world. You're the author of your life. Write down how you want to be remembered. And what do I mean by write down how you want to be remembered? Live how you will feel you need to be remembered. Don't care about what society says. That's what I learned from my brother's death. Because the minute you close your eyes, everyone forgets you. And it's sad. Your loved ones too forget you. But guys, if you're watching this, you're going through loss, take the pain, bear it, and make something beautiful out of it. Make sure, guys, that you become the best version of yourself. It doesn't matter what the world perceives as the best version of yourself. Be what you think is the best version of yourself. Love to death. Open your heart. Forgive like it's your last day you're gonna be living on this earth. So with all that said, I am so glad that I did not break down. I am glad that I am able to sit here and talk about loss and grief. So to whoever's watching me, take heart, it is well, and until we meet again, Bengo, I love you so much, and a happy heavenly birthday. You are the best brother I ever had. You are the best part of my life, and I know one day we shall see each other again. I thank God for the time that He brought you onto this earth, and I thank God that He made you become part of our family. And I also thank God because He had a purpose for you and He loved you more. So happy heavenly birthday, Bengo. I want you to know, even though you're not gonna watch this, if I am not in this world, it will be out there in the world, and the world will know that I loved you, I valued you, and I still appreciate the fact that our paths crossed as siblings. Rest in peace, baby. Big Sis loves you. Thank you guys for watching. And if you're going through a loss, take heart, it shall be well. Make sure to like this video, make sure to comment, and tell a friend that Kathy Glamorous to the world. Bye.